Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Fernvalley Farm's YouTube channel. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Vince, and welcome. What I want to talk about today is something that can be a real nuisance for all of us, beginners to non-beginners, to everybody. It's mice. The importance of mouse guards. Mice can get in your hive, and they can cause all kinds of problems. You could reduce your entrances to a small opening, so just big enough for the bees to get into, or you could actually buy mouse guards. They come in like a metal strip, and they've got holes in them, obviously, so the bees can all get in, and that will prevent the mice from getting in your hive. This is what they can do. The reason I'm doing this video in January, I found this yesterday. I went out, I was taking some inventory. I was out in the bee yard yesterday, checking to see what I have as far as boxes and frames and inner covers. I'm down here working, trying to get stuff ready for spring because it's coming. Today's the beginning of February, so it's March already next month. Woohoo, right? But what I did, I was going through my box, and I opened up one of the boxes so I could check how many frames were out there. Well, there was a big old mouse nest in there, and this is what mice can do when they get in your hive. You see that? And they chewed all that up. This is what mice can do when they get in your hives. Either the mice heard me coming or they've been gone for a while, because there was a whole big wad of dead, dry grass. They had made a nest in there. And I have that problem out here too. Mice get into everything. I've had boats where mice have got into, made a nest, chewed the wires like in a motor underneath the cowling. My horse equipment, I'll pull a saddle pad out sometimes, and there's a mouse. They've chewed a hole and made a nest in there. Mice can be just a really nuisance. That's why I have a cat. That's her job, is to catch mice. But as far as the beehives go, you want to try and prevent the mice from getting in there. You could put the mouse guards on. You could buy them. They're metal strips. Like I said, if you're brand new to all this, you could go on eBay and find those things. Any bee supply places sell them. Or you could just make them yourself, or you could just reduce your entrance. If you got, like on my hives, I either take the whole thing off so it's wide open in the middle of summer, or I reduce it and it's only got like a 3-inch opening. And it's only, I think, 3/8. The mice can't get into that. The reason they got into this is because I put some extra boxes off to the side when I was done using them, or when I was swapping stuff back and forth over the summer. My screen bottom board was sitting there. I put the boxes on top of that. Well, the bottom was just wide open. That was just an invitation for mice. Hey, come on, move in. Here you go. Here's a free place to live. Well, they did. So that's how they got into this. But I don't have any problems over the summer, because if you got a strong enough colony too, they'll chase the mice away if you got enough bees in there. Or when I put my strip back on, there's only an entrance about 3 inches long, about 3/8 high. The mice can't get into it. Maybe a baby one could, but I haven't had any issues when those fronts are on. But this happened because there was nothing in the hive. It was completely empty. The front was wide open. So what I did is I took a different type of bottom board. I flipped it over, put the hive on top of it, so now nothing can get in there. But the reason I'm showing this video, wanted to do a video on this, is to show you what they can do. See, the frame even is apart. I tried to pull it apart, it just came apart. So I'm gonna scrape off some of this on here, re-nail it back together and glue it. But like I said, I just wanted to show what mice can do when they get in your hive. And they'll get in there and make a nest, and they just become a nuisance. And look at how much they chewed that. Look at this. They chewed all of that. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Fortunately, this isn't that expensive to replace, but you still gotta replace it. It's still money. So I'm actually gonna still use this frame. It's solid on the sides. I'm just gonna pop these nails, clean this up and re-glue it. And you can even see a little bit of remnants of wax moth. See that? See all this right here? That's a remnants of wax moths. Because I think I had cleaned this frame up actually over in the fall, and I put this back in. I had scraped some of this stuff out of here. So I think that's why a lot of this is cleaned off. And then I just left it, and I went back out there like yesterday and got in there, and there was a mouse nest in there. So I haven't been out there. This is what, February? It was probably December, maybe November, last time I messed with this. So they got in there, made a nest. So they either heard me coming and they ran, or they've been gone for a little while. But this is what mice can do when they get in your hive. Obviously, if you got a strong enough colony, the bees will help keep those away. But if you got a weak colony and the mice move in, they could do this. They could start chewing stuff. This was actually on the bottom deep, and there was another deep on top of that. Well, they made a nest up on top here, and you can see they just chewed all that apart. So I'm going to clean this up, nail it back together. I will reuse this. And as far as that frame goes with all that wax moth, remnants on there. You could put this right back in the way it was. The bees will clean all that off. I'm going to help them a little bit by, you know, scraping some of this off. I'll leave the comb. I don't want to tear any comb off that I have to, because the more comb you tear off, the more the bees got to rework to put it back on. So I'm not going to take any more comb off of this. I'll leave it. It'd be less work for the bees to have to rebuild all that. So, but I am going to clean up some of this white stuff, get that off of there, and be done with that. So anyways, I just wanted to do a really quick video and show you what mice can do if they get in your hive. So like I said, if you're not sure about any of this, you're brand new to this, which that's how we all learn. Go on eBay, any beekeeping supply, Man Lake, whoever, everybody's got mouse guards. You put those things on, mice can't get in. You don't got to worry about that. So hey, hopefully you like this video, you learn something. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button right here. Subscribe to the channel. This way you won't miss any of these videos as they come out. Hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. You won't miss any of the videos either. You get notified every time I put a video out. Support the channel. I really, really appreciate it. Thumbs up are always welcome. And let me know in the comments below too. Let me know if you ever had a problem like this. If you ever had mice chewing on your frames or opened up a hive and you've seen this before. Let me know in the comments below. I'm just curious how many people have had this happen to. Just curiosity. So anyways, that's about it. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, support it, hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. Thumbs up are always appreciated, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. All right.